Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, this is the third video in the chapter morphological image processing. From this chapter, as we say that whatever the inputs to be the images only in the earlier cases and giving the outputs also in the images form, we switch to the domain where the inputs to be the images but the output in the form of certain attributes or the parameters. So morphological image processing, this is the chapter. We started to understand the term morphology first of all, and the very fundamental operation based on to which we have another operations to study, erosion, we have completed. Let us have the another understanding for the similar operation, that is dilation. So here we can start with our topic, that is dilation, very important in morphological image processing. So the erosion and dilation, we have already stated that are the fundamental morphological operations, and the two primitive operations we can call them are the basic one based on to which the compound algorithms we can develop. Let us have the definition of what exactly the dilation is there, similar to the case of erosion we have covered into the last video. So here again we take the individual sets capital A and capital B. Basically here for the erosion or dilation case, we shall be taking the individual set capital A as the input image, whereas the capital B represents the structuring element that alters the shape of capital A. So here the input is of course the binary image. We have only the two logic levels, either complete white or complete black here. So by having the A and B as the input sets into the dimensional space Z square, the dilation of capital A by the structuring element capital B, we can denote by having this representation. So here the circle having the plus sign inside represents the dilation operation between A and B. The definition with respect to the set theory, we can have the representation A dilation B onto the left hand side is equal to, for the Z element, that is having the translation of the B cap intersection with A, that is not equal to phi, that is empty element set here. So this equation is based on obtaining the reflection of B about its origin and shifting this reflection by Z here. So B cap represented the reflection here. The dilation of capital A by capital B then is the set of all the displacements Z such that the B cap and capital A overlap by at least one element. Based on this interpretation, the above equation that we have shown onto the last slide may be rewritten as, here we have A dilation with capital B, here we have the Z element, and the definition we can represent for the reflection of the B intersection with the A. So the complete square bracket is a subset of the set capital A here. The set B is commonly referred to as the structuring element, as I said, and in the dilation as well as in the other morphological operations also. Now it is more intuitive, the equation we are talking, when the structuring element capital B is viewed as a convolution mask also. Although the dilation is based on the set operations, whereas the convolution is based on the arithmetic operations. So the two different platforms, we can first of all say the basic process of having flipping capital B about its origin and then successively displacing it so that it slides over the set which is actually the input as image, we represent it by capital A, is analogous to the convolution process. This is the reason. Now let us visualize a figure that shows the dilation process. It has first of all the part A, figure A we can say, that shows us a simple set, and the figure B shows a structuring element and its corresponding reflection. So we have together the 6 parts here, but first of all we have the part A representing the set A here, having the dimension small d. The capital A can be represented a complete white square we have. Now the part B is the structuring element. It is also having the square shape and the dimensions are represented as small d by 4 in this case. See here, In this case, the reflection capital B cap is nothing but the capital B itself. So the dot is at the center position in the representation of the structuring element. Now this is the figure C that represents the dilation of capital A by the structuring element capital B here, and the shading portion encompasses the complete dilation region. Now here we have the part D that represents the elongated structuring element. So one dimension is represented as small d by 4, another vertical dimension is represented as small d. Now we have the part E at the last that represents us the dilation of capital A using this elongated structure. So this dilation is performed over this individual set by this structuring element. This is the resultant. Because of this structuring element, the result over the dilation of this capital A is this one. Both are showing us the shaded portion. In this case, the structuring element and its reflection that we have represented are equal because capital B is symmetric with respect to the origin at the center we have shown. The dashed line into the figure C that we have visualized shows the original set for the reference, and the solid line shows the limit beyond which any further displacements of the origin of capital B by Z would cause the intersection of capital A to be empty here. Therefore, all the points inside the boundary constitutes the dilation of capital A by capital B. The figure D that we visualized in the next row showed us the structuring element designed to achieve more dilation vertically than the horizontally because of the elongated structure here. The figure E shows the dilation achieved with the elongated structuring element in the part D here. So this was the visualization of the figure or whatever the information we have discussed. So this is figure A, B, C, D and E here. Now let us talk about the example using the dilation process. So one of the simplest applications of the dilation is for the purpose of bridging the gaps. So here we take the figures A, B, C and D to show you first of all this particular portion, that is a sample text of the poor resolution with the broken characters. So here we have the magnified view also. So in the word year, Y-E-A-R, we have taken the two letters E and A. So if you see E, so it should be drawn like this, but it has a breakage at this head as well as at this tail we can say. Small a is also should be drawn here like this. So it has a breakage in the head as well as at this bottom portion also, in this branch also. So this is because of the poor resolution. Now we have the figure B that represents the structuring elements. So in this case the structuring elements is having the dimension 3 by 3. The first row is having 0 1 0, the second row 1 1 1 and the last row 0 1 0. Now the figure C represents us the dilation of the figure A that showed us the sample text of poor resolution with the broken characters by the structuring element, that is figure B here. So here we have the broken segments to be joined here. So whatever we have the breakage at this particular point, also at this particular point has been joined to complete the shape of small e letter as well as the small a letter in this case. So this is one of the very prominent application of using the dilation process we can say. Now for understanding it very clear, we take a simple case here, the problem we can say. So the statement can be here: using the input image and the structuring element as given below, find the dilation version of the input image. So here you see this is the input image having the shape of psi letter, the Greek letter we have represented with the black pixels, and rest of the other pixels are complete white here in the image sample. The image sample is having 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 rows and 7 columns here. Now the structuring element is having the dimensions 2 by 2, whereas these two pixels are marked as black as well as these two pixels are marked as complete white. So let us have a solution to such a case. where we follow the step number 1. So here we are going to compare the structuring element with the input image at the center point. So on overlapping component between the structuring element and the input image, we can mark with the help of asterisk that we have shown onto the image. Hence, the origin of the structuring element corresponding to the input pixel is to be turned on. So here we show the process of step number 1 here. So this is the structuring element, the asterisk mark we have shown in the image of the structuring element. This is the original image. So this asterisk matches with this pixel location. So this is showing you the second row and second column pixel. So as it has the 2 by 2 dimension, we can have this particular matching, and because of the definition of the dilation that we just now discussed, this is the resultant image that has made turn on. Now let us follow the step number 2. Here we shift the structuring element over the input image from left hand side to that of the right hand side, and the position of the structuring element can be shown here. There is no overlapping between these two. So the structuring element origin corresponding to the input pixel is turned to on. Therefore, there is no change for the previous output image. So we see here the overlapping of the structuring element at the second position by a shift of 1 unit to the right hand side here. So from this pixel corner to this pixel corner, and the span of 2 by 2 we are supposed to cover, and because of such a process the resultant image can be shown in this particular portion. Now we have the step number 3. So the similar to the previous steps 1, 2, the structuring element is to be shifted towards the right hand side again of the input image to find if any overlapping is present or not. In this case the overlapping is present, so the corresponding input pixel is turned to on the resultant image, and that can be shown with the diagram. So here we find the turning on of the pixel into the output image because we have shifted it again by 1 unit. So from third pixel, this one corner, we span a 2 by 2 dimension here. The origin that we marked with the asterisk can be matched to this particular pixel. So because of this particular matching, we find the output turned on here. So now we have the step number 4 following to the step number 3. Now another structuring element is again shifted to the right hand side of the input image to find any another overlapping or not. There is no overlapping in this situation, and the resultant image can be shown. So here we have shifted to another place here, and there cannot be any output in this case. So step number 5 is to be there. After shift of 1 unit towards the right hand side, again there is no overlapping, and hence the output image will not be changed. The next shift over the input image is on the boundary, and so this will not be matched with the structuring element. Hence the next shift is from the top to bottom, which can be shown below. So onto the second row we start here. The origin marked with the asterisk can be shifted to the third row. So because of this particular match, we get the resultant image output like this. So now we have the step number 6. The above processes are to be repeated to get the final output image, which can be shown, where we have the displacement of the position of the structuring element from the first pixel into the left hand side upper corner up to the right hand side downward corner here. So the resultant of the dilation process that we followed on to this input image with this structuring element can be shown like this here. So I suppose the example that we discussed for understanding the dilation process is more clear to you people. By the next lecture, we shall be having a simple demonstration of both the fundamental processes of morphological image processing that we discussed in this video and the earlier one, that are erosion and dilation, into the form of MATLAB programming. So in the MATLAB environment, we shall check and test the erosion and dilation process onto the selected images also. So it shall be more practical approach to the understanding of this particular topics. So if you like to have some more information in this regard, the subject digital image processing, you can subscribe to eKEDA channel. Thank you.